learn to listen to your first instinct more often. It's only until you grow up and you might realise, hey, that guy was a bit crazy. Maybe I shouldn't have dated him. In 29 this year, you might be ugly in spirit. I don't know who I'm talking to. Where's the default that it can't happen for you or you can't do certain things? Why not? So who else remembers their early 20s like, jump scare? Me. Hands up. But you know what? The majority of it was spent during COVID. So I'm going to have to give myself a little bit of grace. I remember turning 20 and not even fully registering that I'm now in my 20s. I was just like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. And I don't know what I would have done differently if I had registered it. That's not what I'm saying. I literally don't even think I really came into my own until I was like 24 maybe. I just wanted to share, you know, what I wish I knew when I was 20, now that I'm 28, turning 29 this year. And this is not going to be your generic list because people always say things like, oh, save your money, things that I was never going to do anyway. Let's be so for real. I was not going to do that even if somebody had told me at the time. People did tell me at the time and I still didn't do it. So these are going to be generic things that I really think are like life skills that you need to build on sooner rather than later, and it only benefits you, it only helps you. Listen to what I have to say, let me know what you think, but generally I feel like these things are for everybody, male, female, whatever religion, background, ethnicity, whatever. This is for everybody. Get you something nice to drink and yeah, let's get started. Oh, that was so rude of me. My name is Doshima and I am an accounting professional, but I also like making videos and talking about stuff that I like talking about. So if you're interested in that, so far we've posted about religion, we've posted about dating, we've posted about, I think I've posted somewhere about weight. I talk about everything. I just love to chat. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Like if I met a 20-year-old, what advice, unsolicited advice, would I give them? The first thing I would say is you need to find a way to start listening to your first instinct more. When the first instinct is what will tell you something makes you feel uncomfortable or something makes you feel good, but for one reason or another, maybe because of your upbringing or where you come from, your class, whatever, you're not supposed to enjoy those things. You're not supposed to find joy in those things. You're not supposed to, I don't know, or you're supposed to suppress those feelings or whatever it is. Listen to your first instinct more. That is more often than not, that is telling you about who you are, and you need to follow that more frequently. And I say that because learning to trust your own decision making is a muscle. You need to be exercising that muscle frequently, especially in your 20s, I feel, because like people always say, it is the decade where you find yourself and you build towards your future. That's the building blocks towards your future. If you're doing things based on what other people tell you to do, you're building someone else's future, you're not building yours. You're making other people's decisions for your own life, you're not making your own. And before you know it, and it does happen more frequently than you think, before you know it, your life is not your own. The only reason why you're working in a particular job is because somebody else said so and they said it would be a good idea. You weren't sure. The only reason why you haven't worked on, I don't know, your eating habits is because other people around you are okay with it and they think it's fine. You don't think it's okay, but you haven't worked on it because you're so dependent on other people's opinions, other people's validation on what is supposed to be correct. But actually you need to follow your instincts a lot more. As long as you're not harming anybody, follow your instincts more. You're not harming yourself and you're not harming anybody else. Follow your instinct, because you know. And I feel like as kids, as children, at least I feel, when I was growing up, like people don't really value kids' opinions. They always, I think adults, when you're a kid, always make decisions for you, which is understandable. You're literally a child, but like at that, like when you get to the point where they say, okay, you know, you're an adult, you're 18, you don't know yourself, you don't know what you like, you don't know what you dislike, you don't know what you want from life, or you might not, who knows. And that makes it really difficult to navigate adulthood. But you are an adult at that point. So yeah, I would say learn to listen to your first instinct more often. I would also say allow yourself to be a beginner. Allow yourself to make mistakes. That applies to like a range of different things. Allow yourself to get things wrong. So I will say for myself, I was really scared to make the wrong decisions, especially not above everything else, but the example that I'm thinking of is with dating. I was so scared to make the wrong decision, I kind of just didn't make a decision. So I was so scared to make a decision that I kind of just didn't do anything. I said no to everybody. When I look back, I'm like, I think a lot of it was just not knowing what I wanted. I had no idea about anything, especially having grown up in the Christian church where it was very much like, you know, you're supposed to date until you're supposed to date for marriage, and every man is every man that you date is supposed to be your husband. You can't let these ragamuffins around you. Which, like, you know, the latter message is still true. It still rings true, but it's like you don't allow yourself to make the mistakes that are needed for you to grow and move on, and then to become a fully fledged, mature adult, making your own decisions regarding your own relationships and dating life. Like, if the first guy that comes along sweeps you off your feet and you're young, you don't know anything else. It's only until you grow up and you might realise, hey, that guy was a bit crazy. Maybe I shouldn't have dated him. So yeah, it's just, you have to, again, allow yourself to be a beginner. Allow yourself to, like, if you date one guy and you break up, it really is not the end of the world. Like, it really isn't the end of the world. So relax. That was point number 3. Nothing is do or die. Just your GCSEs, your A-levels and your uni degree. I would say, because they are so expensive and because they literally follow you for the rest of your life, your education is do or die. Nothing else is do or die. It really is not that serious. Like, if you have anxiety up here, bring it down. Take a chill pill, okay? Decenter men. You probably don't even really fully know what that means at this point, but like, it's a long road, but you need to, like, I would say, start to decenter men. For me, that meant like all of the ways that you have been like nurtured and socialized to consider men in how you dress, how you talk, how you do everything, on how you're gonna frame your future. Reassess that. Reassess that from the lens of, let's assume you have to do everything by yourself. What are you gonna do? Let's assume that you're not depending on a man you're not depending on being married for your future goals. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And then decide whether that matters. Decide whether their opinions, their input really matters. Decide whether it really matters. Your life is yours. You're a fully independent woman with your own brain. God designed you with a purpose, just you on your own. You as an entity on your own, let alone what a man would bring into your life. Start decentering men, all of them. Yeah, this is not a hating men household. This is not a hating men account at all. But send to yourself, send to your community, send to your peace and your joy, and follow that. That's what I would say. Just an FYI, you're never going to stop learning. It's annoying. You're never going to stop studying, at least for your whole 20s. From you know, future me to younger me, you're never going to stop learning. So just be okay with making mistakes, getting things wrong, being a beginner, like I've mentioned already. The third, fourth, fifth, maybe sixth thing that I'll mention is address your limiting beliefs. I think we have so many like limiting beliefs, so many things that like make us. I genuinely feel like your limiting beliefs are what really make you depressed, anxious, and things like that. It's just these beliefs of, oh, I can't do it, it's not going to work out for me. Why? Why would it not work out for you? Why is the default that it won't work out? Why is the default that it can't happen for you, or you can't do certain things? Why not? If you like genuinely ask yourself, why not? Every single belief that limits you from going for something different from what you're already doing, or from progressing in any way, I want you to figure out if there's any base to those claims. I want you to address it with yourself. Who said it? Where did it come from? What was the context? Why was it said? Is there any truth to it? Really interrogate it. The who, what, why, when, how. The 4 Y's and the H. Yeah, I really want you to interrogate with yourself. Does this have any basis, or is this just crap? Because I'll be real with you, there are a lot of adults that are probably telling you stuff from a place of fear for you, but also fear and insecurity in their own lives. A lot of people do not speak life into you because they don't speak life into themselves. They don't see themselves doing more. They see themselves doing the same thing that they've always done, being limited by their circumstances. And as unfortunate as that may be, that's their problem, that's not yours. So sometimes the advice that you receive or the opinions that some people give you, put it through a filter. Question it. Is this person somebody who, like, I would like to replicate their decision making in my life? Does their life look like something that I would want for myself? You'll be surprised. I would say take a lot of like the advice that you get with a grain, no, not a grain of salt, a tablespoon of salt, but also accept wisdom. There is wisdom. Wisdom is a thing. You don't have to do everything on your own. You probably don't know what's best for you. Let's be so for real. At this point, you probably don't know. I don't want to contradict myself. You just learn to accept certain things. And also, like, if you know and you can see somebody else going through something, somebody else has made a particular set of mistakes and has led to a particular undesirable result, don't go and replicate that same chronology of events and expect a different result. Okay? This is a controversial one. Don't be anyone's baby mum before the age of 25. You have to have your whole brain to make that decision. I'm so sorry. Your brain doesn't even fully develop until you're 25. Enjoy your life. But don't have no baby. Don't do it. Having a child is a big deal. It's a big, massive decision. Just slow down. Have your fun. Get your education. Learn about yourself. Travel the world. There's so many things to do. Okay? That's what I would tell my 20-year-old self. I don't have kids, by the way, I'm just saying. And I guess the last thing I will say is that you were never ugly. If you're black, you're a black girl. You were never ugly, babes. And you're based in the UK, you're black British. Oh, you were never ugly. You weren't ugly. You might be ugly in spirit. I don't know who I'm talking to. You have to create a new beauty standard for yourself. Yeah. Because the models and in ads and on the influencers, they probably don't look like you. The ones that you see, they probably don't look like you. So you need to find people that do look like you. And also you need to look at you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But let me get off my soapbox. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts and I will see you in the next one. Bye.